First, remove the top plate. There are 3 Phillips head screws holding the top plate to the unit. Once removed, flip the top plate over and store the screws in it for easy access later. The bespoke 4-door Flex has wire harnesses only on the left side, unlike many other models with wiring on both sides. Start on the right side. While an assistant secures the door, lift and remove the hinge clamp. Store this in the top plate. Remove the quick release hinge and place this into the top plate as well. The door is lifted off the middle hinge and brought into the home. Confirm that the grommet is still on the middle hinge. Now move to the left side and remove that door. Disconnect the small wire harness. The large wire harness has a clear rubber covering which may need to be pulled back a little to help disconnect the harness. Disconnect the water line from the guest connector. Press on the end collar towards the fitting center to release the tube. While an assistant secures the door, release the hinge clamp. Lift the hinge up out of the door and slide the wires through the hinge. Place the clamp and hinge in the top plate. The door is lifted off the middle hinge and safely carried into the home. Again, watch that the grommet does not fall out and is lost. The top plate is then carried into the home with all of the hardware inside. The bottom doors on the 4-door Flex unit use a quick-release spring hinge pin to remove them from the middle hinge. The Flex Zone door on the right side has a wire harness at the bottom hinge. Remove the plastic cover using a Phillips head screwdriver. Disconnect the wire harness connector. To remove the door, simply press down on the hinge pin inside the middle hinge. This releases the door and allows it to be lifted off of the bottom hinge. Remove the plastic grommet from the middle hinge bracket. The access to this pin is very tight in the bespoke 4-door Flex unit, so a small jeweler's screwdriver is needed to press down on the pin and release the door. Remove the door and bring it into the home. Remove the plastic grommet from the left middle hinge bracket. Then release the freezer door on the left side using the same screwdriver to release the hinge pin. Bring that into the home as well. Check the depth of the unit with all doors removed. If it is still too deep to fit through the doors, the middle and bottom hinge brackets may need to be removed. The wire harness for the 4-door runs through the hinge post on the right side hinge bracket. Place the door onto the bottom hinge. Press down on the top hinge pin and snap the door into place. Connect the single wire harness at the lower hinge of the right door. Reinstall the plastic cover. Attach the freezer door onto the left bottom hinge pin. Press down on the hinge pin on the door. Position it under the hinge bracket and move it until the spring-loaded hinge pin releases up and into the hinge bracket. The bottom doors back in place. Reinstall the top doors and the top cap. Place the top cap with all of the door hinge hardware in it back on top of the refrigerator. Make sure the grommets are properly seated on the middle hinge pins. These have a flat side that aligns with the flat side on the hinges. One tech positions the door onto the middle hinge, while the other supports it from above. Fit the upper hinge into the door slot on the left side. Run the wires and water line through the gap in the hinge. Guide the hinge into the door and reattach the clamp. Reconnect the guest connector. Be sure that the water line is fully seated in the connector. If not, this could cause a drip in the water dispenser. Snap the connector back into its holder. Reconnect the wire harnesses. Be sure that these are fully seated and snap in. Be sure to replace the clear rubber cover over the large connector. The loose connector is for attaching the Haas Diagnosis app. Replace the hinge on right side. Replace the top cap and secure it with the 3 screws.